or didn't say anything, it's probably because it's less than 1 foot expected for it. I will quickly go to chat and post a link to this so you can find a place that's close to you. But I just stated all the major ones. Like the areas of 5 feet are kind of shocking, honestly. That's like some March
Pseudo
11th.
asks, feet or meters? So feet.
Those are all in feet.
Yeah,
Didn't say
those are
anything.
all in
It's
feet.
probably because it's less than one
D
foot.
Moon
Yeah, so I'm
asks
putting
1 foot
I'm
a meter,
putting it in
and
chat right now.
it's
Quickly go
all
to
feet.
chat and post the
And
link
I'm
to this.
seeing
So
videos from Petropavlovsk, which is in the Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, which is in the bay. Water is rapidly receding.
yeah, so I
Okay,
put the
so
link in
so
chat.
we have the live cam. Hold on, we have the live cam for yes, we do. We have the live cam for Petropavl. I'm not pronouncing it. Okay, so we have that there. So water is rapidly receding. So right now we're about to see this on the live cam. Whether or not the water is going to begin to recede and come up. That's the important question. Um, and I would say, based on what I'm seeing, oh yeah, it is receding. Let me hide the text. Let me show you what I'm seeing here.
Yeah,
So
on the left side it's
yeah, on the
receiving.
left side. So let me hide this from you. Upgraded. So hold
Oh,
on.
And then
8.8. It's
8.8.
8.8 upgrade.
Oh,
20 kilometers deep now.
20? What?
Yeah. Also, for base citizen, it only takes about 50 centimeters of moving water to completely like lift up a car.
Yeah,
So,
let
so
me quickly move the banner for you guys. Let me
that's 50 centimeters. So
8.8.
that's like a foot and a
Oh,
half. So
20
yeah, like
kilometers
once you
deep,
get
yeah.
over a
20.
foot, a car could easily get picked up and moved around.
Okay, let me quickly update this then. So we have 8.8
Yeah,
now,
8.8, 20 kilometers
20
deep.
kilometers deep. So this is now one of the strongest and shallowest earthquakes. Uh,
That's gonna move it up the list a little
that's
bit.
gonna move it up the list a little bit. Yes. Um,
Now, I don't think there's been any official observations in Japan yet. And basing on how long it took for the like first like video and stuff tsunami, I'm expecting that's probably just gonna be a little bit later than expected. Which is probably why there hasn't been anything yet. They're just putting the earliest time that is like feasibly possible for when they're posting like all the warnings and information.
all right. So right now we're looking at the live cam in that city where the reports are that the water is rapidly beginning to recede. There are still cars on the road. Now let me tell you this: if you are under a tsunami warning, the last thing you want to do is heading towards the coast. And there's a lot of cars that are doing that. There are people walking on the street. Do not do what these people are doing. Don't do what these people are doing, right? The water is beginning to recede, and you can pretty much tell that on the you can pretty much tell because on the left side of the screen you can kind of see a little bit of land beginning to open up. And if you can see on the pier is actually much lower, or you can see more of the pier compared to um, sorry, compared to the uh, compared to like 40 minutes
Am I
ago.
seeing this right?
Uh, Friday Mulani says, and tagging me too, sirens in Hawaii. God damn.
Um, I might come across something that might say we might be cooked. I'm just gonna put in a live cam link because I'm forwarding it, and that's the channel I'm talking about. Look in live cam link. But like that's pretty good tsunami.
Okay, hold on. Chat, please, can we go a little bit slower here? I'm trying to read all of your chats. Um,
Look at the live cam right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're all
I
looking at it
think
right now.
Oh, I thought I saw something. My bad.
and look in live cam link.
What? Oh my god, I can't. I'm trying to pull everything up real quickly. It's a video.
But that's visual to tsunami, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
that might be a tsunami. Oh,
That is a
Yeah,
tsunami.
and that's like at least like 3 meters tall, like easily.
okay.
I'm just gonna butt in real quick, but the first observations from Japan came in at 30 centimeters. I don't know what place it
Okay,
is.
37
Have
meters.
a
That's
translator.
like a couple of feet or a couple inches.
30 centimeters is it's like almost a foot.
Okay. Um, okay, so we just saw a video, and I think I'm able to show this to you. Um, I hope I don't get copyright struck, but screw it, we ball. Um, and there is.
Ребят, похоже, волна идет. Так может нам на Стилобат бежать надо обратно?
Let me show you, actually. There's a video of what appears to be, right, just an earthquake. What am I saying? A tsunami wave. Oh my god.
Ребят, похоже, волна идет.
Numero Hanaski in Hokkaido Prefecture, Japan, reporting a 30-centimeter tsunami.
I can't.
Yeah, Hanasaki.
Oh, that's the wrong screen share. I'm sorry. Oh, there it is.
But
Here
that's
it
the
is.
first.
This is. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me show this video. Okay. Here is the video of the tsunami wave, clearly visible here, heading towards the coast. And you can see. Let me just pause it here. You can see this huge towering wall here, mid camera angle, on the mid camera angle here, just below the mountain or just above the mountain of the thingy here, of the watermark. You can see here.
Так может нам на
That's a
Стилобат
water.
бежать?
That's water. So that's a water wave. So
Надо обратно?
that looks like it's about to hit. To me, that looks like. I mean, that looks like a tsunami wave if I've ever seen one. Let me take you back now to our live cam, and let me read some chats here really quickly because a lot of you guys have questions, understandably so. Let me pull up. Here it is. Let's go at questions. Dylan Tejeda asks, what states are in danger? So, as Jonathan has just read, Alaska, Hawaii, Guam are under tsunami warnings. In Crescent City, California, or Crescent Point, California, waves of up to 3 feet are expected, or 3 to 5 feet.
Give me a second. Yes, Crescent City, California is expecting 3 to 5.7 feet.
Right. So what I would say is that a majority of the American West Coast could see some sort of wave, whether that's below a foot or that's around 5
Yeah,
feet,
there's
which is at its peak.
some specific areas that are like bays or are like more in the path of the like tsunami wave as it travels across the ocean.
Yeah.
Will
So
determine.
wait a minute, Arctic, not Jonathan, Jonathan and Brady. Please look at the live cam. Please tell me I'm seeing what I think I'm seeing. On the far edge of the live cam, there's something dark, like literally on the edge, like on the far end of the ocean. Something dark.
It hasn't moved in
Wait,
long
I have
time.
recordings of the live stream in the past. I want to see if that's still there.
If it's there, maybe I'm just
It's
going
not.
over.
It's not there.
Okay, so
I don't think that's a tsunami. It's probably just a cloud. But
okay, so possibly a cloud. Okay. All right. So so back to answer Dylan's question. What states are in danger? I mean, really, California,
the entire West Coast.
the entire West Coast
But-
is
Okay,
in danger
so-
of getting some sort of wave. Okay, so whether the height, that depends. Now, hopefully with this height, it actually doesn't happen. Hopefully, we don't see a tsunami wave with this height. But
Oh my lord.
Oh yeah, so there's there's a tsunami advisory for American Samoa now, and also in that they added a new observation from buoy 21414, which is almost like parallel with some of the Aleutian Islands, which means it's like pretty far out, and it has 0.3 meters. It is also, you gotta remember, that's open sea. as well. It's the station. If you pull up the Dart map, that's like the middle one between like the five that are under the Western Aleutian Islands. So it's one that's pretty far out and has a point free.
Um, TX Weather Nerd CCTX asks or says, in response to my question, which was whether or not that was a wave, says that it wasn't there when the stream began.
David or Rainy.
What?
Rainy. Look at. I don't know if you've seen this yet.
No. Wait, it's from. Let me just send you the.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, we're having my microphone has been the destroyer of coverage today. I don't know why, but Page Zombie asks, so are those boats going towards the wave? Uh,
Who knows what they're doing?
I mean, I guess. To me, I mean these boats have run little risk of tsunami. So, um, just I doubt that they would be affected by a tsunami wave. Um, it looks like it looks lower than the horizon should be, which is odd. I would agree with you. That is quite odd. Um, the ships would be heading out
And I like
towards
to say that 30 centimeter was observation was like literally blocked by like 4 islands. Anyways, that's kind of crazy that it was even that high around it. So maybe it'd probably be like God, but like the eastern coast of Honshu we would probably see would be like the next area for Japan because it has to wrap around the island, wrap around Hokkaido.
Roslyn Decanio asks, any aftershocks? Um, yes, there's been multiple aftershocks. In fact, there's been at least six magnitude 6.0 plus aftershocks, and maybe one 7.0 plus aftershock that struck. Um, According to the EMSC, that's what we know. So there has been multiple aftershocks. It's been there since halfway through the stream, not a tsunami. Okay. Just wanted to clarify. Thank you, Brian. Um,
Oh yeah, so this will fix our camera shenanigans, but looking at group discussion, that's the angle of the camera.
yeah. Apologies for that question. I was just having a rough day right now. Anyways, is this really live cam? People are. Is this really a live cam while people are walking like a normal day? This is live. It is 8:47 p.m. Central Daylight Time. 8:48 now, and this camera's off by around a minute. So this is pretty live. Well, I would say this is live by like a minute delay. Um, I can't believe people near the shore right now. Yeah, I would agree. Let me go ahead and quickly recap what we know so far. 8.7 earthquake struck, or an 8.8 now. 8.8 earthquake struck the coast of Russia, and particularly the peninsula of Kamchatka. A tsunami has been confirmed through observation. Tsunami warnings are in effect for Hawaii, Alaska, and Japan. Particularly in Japan on the western or eastern Hokkaido coast, with the eastern side of eastern side of the Pacific coast.
David, you're too loud now.
Wow, thanks. And then, yeah, so tsunami has been confirmed in Russia through some observations made in the southern parts of the rupture, and through videos, which I think we can still show. Chastity. Oh my God, I can't pronounce it. Chastity Lewis asks, shouldn't they be evacuating? They should. Now, as to why they're not evacuating, I don't know. I can't tell you. I do not own this live cam, by the way. So, you know. Alright, let me refresh the stream. Back at it. Camo Moss says, shows other live feeds, please. I'm sorry, I can't show you other live feeds. The other live feed that we were showing is completely foggy and cloudy there. So I can't show you anything other than this. This is the best we're gonna get. The gal says, no way that's a live video. The waves have already hit Kamchatka. Not all of them. And tsunami's hit in multiple waves. So there is still much more. There's still much more to, you know, do. I'll be right back. Team, take over.
All right, I'm seeing many videos of the tsunami hitting, and I've seen videos of the water receding in Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, which is the biggest city on the peninsula.
Yeah, so a significant tsunami has occurred in Russia and will travel across the Pacific. So yeah, you guys, if you live along the coast, y'all need to be in shelter.
And I've just seen a report of multiple people injured in Russia following the earthquake, and this is reported by TASS.
And if we're not talking, we're sorry, but we're still waiting for We're waiting for other information to come out. So.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I was taking care of something personal right now. Getting a comment from Kevin Brim saying the water is receding in your camera now. Let me confirm that. I've been gone for a bit. Actually, it actually does look like it's been receding. That can't be me, right? I don't. Yeah, this it's definitely receding. Do we know how far inland the earthquake was felt in Russia? Um, do we know how far inland? Do we have a shake map?
The
Yes,
USGS has one. It's MMI4 for hundreds of miles.
Okay, so possibly felt hundreds of miles inland as well. Where is this live? Where is this camera located in? This is located in. Let me pull it. This is located in Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky, um, on the more specifically on the west side of it. So, and let me just actually let me do everybody here a favor in the chat. Let me send you the live camera feed. I feel like we can. Yeah, I feel like we should watch this. You guys should have the opportunity to watch it. So let me quickly send this in the chat, and you guys can. You guys can see this with us.
Ooh.
There it is. This is a webcam from Wendy. If you want to watch the live cam, it's right there. We're watching a loop, missing a lot. Same tugboat over and over. What?
It shouldn't be a loop. It's on Windy.
Yeah, it's
official.
on Wendy. It's a live feed, and it's actually like basically a minute behind. Not even. It's like 45 seconds behind.
I mean, I guess it's possible, but I mean, I don't know. We can't really verify that.
I don't believe so because that boat
Can
in
someone,
the distance
hey,
being
can someone check Boink Boyski's thing? Let me copy his comment. Can someone go on YouTube.com and search this URL, and then input it into a YouTube link? Go and look in group discussion. I want to see if that's a new camera feed. I can't do that right now because if I do that, I will destroy my computer, and it's already. Yeah, I got it, Boink. Don't worry.
Tsunami has arrived. Wave arriving in Hokkaido. It's via a helicopter on some Japanese news station.
Do you have a link for that?
No.
No? Bro. Alright. Well, unfortunately, we can't show that because
It's just a picture. It's just a picture.
it's just a picture from a Japanese live cam or Japanese news agency, and there's so many of them. I can't
I'll
tell
send
you.
it. I'll send that. I don't think you would be able to show it.
I can't tell you. That is what is going on.
Okay, I'm back. What I missed?
Tsunami arrives in Hokkaido.
The Prime Minister, instructions by the Prime Minister regarding the tsunami caused by the earthquake near Kamchatka. Is this Russia? Is this from the Russian Prime Minister?
So a lot of more tsunami observers. I don't know.
Oh, this is Japan.
fly
This is
out
the Japanese.
tomorrow,
Okay, this is from the Japanese Prime Minister or Minister of Interior, Interior Minister. Number one, provide timely and accurate information to the public regarding tsunami, evacuation, etc., and take thorough measures to prevent damage, such as evacuation of residents. Assess the state of affairs regarding the damage as soon as possible. Number three, act in close coordination with local governments and under the principle of prioritizing human life above all else. Spare no effort in our emergency disaster response, including saving lives and rescuing disaster victims, with the government working as one. This is instructions that were provided by the Prime Minister towards their government departments, or towards the departments in coordination. And now we can confirm that in this is old, by the way, but in Kushido, we have confirmation of a wave now in Japan. In Kushido, a 0.3 meter wave was observed. In Kiritabo Port and in Hamanakacho area, a 0.3 meter wave was observed as well. See if I can pull up live cam. Or can someone pull up the NHK domestic coverage stream again? I actually want to do something with this. Oh wait, here it is. Ooh, I don't know if I can see that. This is from Cranophonics, but screw it, we ballin'. YouTube.com/watch. Once this loads. This is aerials in Hokkaido, Japan. This is provided to us by Cranophonics, good friends of ours. And you can see here, right now the helicopter is looking over something else, but what about the U.S.? How high would it be if it hits there? Generally speaking, for a majority of the states, it would be about 1 to 3 feet in Crescent Point or in Crescent California, possibly up to 5 feet. But that's what we know so far. This is a live feed, and let me actually change this. This is not in Russia, by the way. This is a live feed in Hokkaido, Japan. Live feed in Hokkaido, Japan, where you can see, I mean, it's cloudy right now, but they are trying to zoom in. This is the areas that will be hit by the tsunami. In Japan, CNN News 18, people are driving and moving fast. I wouldn't blame them. I think the last time that Japan was under a tsunami warning was back in April of 2024.
Is making its way really all throughout the entire Pacific Ocean. And so right at this very moment, we have a live feed camera of Japan, of Hawaii, some Hawaiian local news broadcasts that we're going to take a look at here. Now tsunamis are spreading all throughout the entire Pacific. They are just about to make landfall with Japan. They're seeing waves kind of start to pick up in Japan. It's going to be bad. I guess the magnitude has been actually upgraded from 8.7 to 8.8. This is an 8.8 magnitude earthquake. I need to change the title of today's broadcast. And also, people are expecting this thing to hit Hawaii here in about the next 2.5 or 3 hours. So this is really a historic earthquake. A historic tsunami is making its way across the entire Pacific right now. This is not going to be good. Is this live right here in the bottom left?
18,000 people died.
No, this is 2011. So
Recorded in Japan and the third largest in the world
how
since
big was that one?
1900. The waves, over 200 of them from that tsunami, caused damage here in Hawaii.
It's going to be a long night, folks.
$7.5 million worth of damage across the state. Those waves of varying heights reached our shores early at 3 in the morning. Many businesses and roads were flooded and washed out. Haleiwa Harbor saw...
So, folks, tonight we're going to be doing live coverage, and so we're just going to go with the flow here. How big was the earthquake that led to the 2011 Japanese tsunami? I want to try to figure this out here, because that was catastrophic. That was very bad. That's when the Fukushima reactor imploded and was releasing radiation into the water. It was really, really bad. Okay, so in 2011, it was a 9.0, maybe a 9.1 earthquake, magnitude earthquake that kind of was off the coast of Japan. This is an 8.8. So this is bad. This is not good at all.
Anywhere near the coastlines. And the Department of Transportation actually just sent out a tweet over on Kauai with those waves estimated to arrive at around 7:10. They are asking everybody to please not drive into Honolulu.
By the way, 7:10 Hawaiian time. I think Hawaii is 3 hours behind me. That means it's 3 hours and 7 minutes from now. So We're staying up late tonight, folks. Everybody, get some caffeine pills, make a cup of coffee. We're going to be up late tonight, guys.
Yeah, this is a very complex situation. And what we saw from Stephanie's story is what you were alluding to, is that the nature of a tsunami-type wave and the fact that, you know, if some may see that it's coming from the northern Pacific, some of you saying, okay, well, if I'm on the South Shore, it's not going to affect. But what we saw in that 2011 event was the island wrap. Yeah. And an effect statewide.
Yeah, two things to remember from this. Remember, Ka'ehi Lagoon, La Mariana Harbor, I covered that. Several boats were damaged. This came in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning. And so that energy, even though it's on the South Shore, still reached the South Shore from Japan, which is basically on the opposite side of the island. And so you've got that.
You know what, guys? Here's what we're going to do. We are going to have a live on broadcast countdown timer, counting down until it hits Hawaii. How about that? So I'm going to get that set up right now so everybody knows how long it's going to be until it actually hits Hawaii. Right now, we're talking about Japan, but I'm going to have a Hawaiian timer up on screen also. So give me one moment here, guys. That's probably a good idea.
I would say, well, I'll put it this way. Every time you go up a number, just incremental. Right. It's exponential. And so basically the amount of energy in an 8 is 30 times the energy of a 7. 7 is 30 times the energy of a 6, and so on and so forth. So when you're talking
That's
about
nuts.
a magnitude 8 and a magnitude 9, 8 is strong. Last week we had the 7.2, or a couple of days ago, from Kamchatka, Russia. And so this is something that's 30, maybe a 45 times stronger than the one that we saw last week. And
That's
so
bad.
this is definitely something that
Not
bears
good.
watching. We've also seen some buoy data reports where we've seen anywhere from a foot to maybe 3 feet out in the open ocean. And so there is something going on out there that bears watching. There's no buoys out in the middle of the ocean. They're just along the shorelines. And so we just know something was generated. We've got estimates, possibly 1 to 3
moment,
meters.
please.
That's 3 to 9 feet. But
Okay.
again, that's preliminary. But again, don't panic. You've got time. Just calmly go through what you need to do and where you need to go. If you are not in an evacuation zone, stay where you are. You're going to be safe. You will be fine. Do not head to the ocean. Do not try to help. Do not get in the way of emergency responders or people who are trying to leave. Do not be a looky-loo. Do not be, don't go and just say, oh, I'm going to get a great Instagram post of this tsunami. No, don't do that. There are, there's a possibility of damage. There's that potential. And so what you need to do is not get in the way of people who are trying to leave or trying to actually, our first responders.
Looking sleek,
trying
huh?
to
Okay,
help
great.
people who are trying to leave.
And throughout that entire time, we should reinforce Hawaii News Now will stay with you the entire time. We have wall-to-wall coverage, comprehensive team coverage with our first alert weather team, keeping track of the latest updates. We're also mapping out the response as residents.
By the way, we have to say, of course, the Hawaiians are in our thoughts and prayers, but also the Japanese. It's like, what did the Japanese do to deserve this? We love the Japanese. You guys know I was actually born in Japan. Maybe I'm like 1% Japanese. I don't know. But anyway, no, I was born there. This is back a long time ago. So we've got a lot of Japanese friends. We love the Japanese. God bless Japan. We're going to hope everybody in Japan is okay. And then also 3 hours from now, Hawaii on top of that. So we hope that everybody's okay.
Right outside of the
This is
University
scary.
of Hawaii, Maui College. In fact, the Queen Ka'ahumanu Center is just behind me. And right now, coming into this area, this is a tsunami evacuation zone.
And I'm going to find some updates here for you guys. Hawaii on top of that.
And this
So we hope that
is,
everybody's okay.
not moving very fast. Side of the
This is scary.
Of Hawaii. The first sirens that I heard was actually around Center this afternoon. And we know that siren...
Okay, folks, I've got some breaking news here. This is traffic right now in downtown Honolulu. Heavy traffic leaving downtown Honolulu, Hawaii, as the tsunami approaches. They've got about 3 hours, guys, as you can see with the timer up top. You should not wait till last minute. You got to go now. Get to the high ground. This is Honolulu traffic. People are getting out of town. Time to leave. And honestly, man, even if you're up in one of these super tall buildings, I would still come down and leave. Do you guys think you're safe in these buildings? I don't know. It's a risk. You've got 3 hours to move, so I would say, listen, guys, pack your stuff. Hopefully the house or the apartment complex at the top of the building is still here when we come back, but we are going up to the hills right now. We're going up to the top of the mountain. Now, real quick, and you can see this is on Maui. Everybody's getting out of town. We had a big time super chat here. I want to take a look at this. This is from Citizen M. Quake hit roughly 60 miles from basically the core base for the Russian Pacific Fleet. Oh, so if you want to become a conspiracy theorist, you can say that this is who knows, some earthquake machine that attacked the Russian base. I don't think that's the case. But anyway, curious, coincidental. Luthus, by the way, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. So this tsunami, I'm going to try to figure out exactly what time this thing is going to be hitting Japan. Give me 1 minute here, guys.
Houses or folks who were at the beach. But if you were in some of the taller buildings, Aulani and so on, those buildings, you are safe to stay there. Just go on the 4th floor or higher, and so you don't cause a big traffic jam. And that will also add to any congestion that's going on Farrington Highway as well. And so, again, if you're in a high-rise, and this is not just for Ko Olina, Waikiki, Kaanapali, etc., go to a higher floor. You will be safe there.
Yeah, we're seeing the images emerge right now. Let's take you to a live look at Hokkaido, Japan right now. This is from a aerial helicopter shot as reports emerged several minutes ago that the first effects of this tsunami are already being...
They are expecting waves 3 to 12 feet tall to hit Hawaii in 3 hours. They're expecting anywhere from 3 to 12 feet to hit Hawaii in about 3 hours exactly. Now, by the way, this is a map of Hawaii, and everything in red here is allegedly low enough to the sea level that it is at risk, depending on how big these waves are. So if you live on a Hawaiian island and you are in one of these orange zones, which is pretty much the entirety of Hawaii, we got to be concerned about that. That could be a little bit problematic.
6:10 p.m. As we're bracing and anticipating for what the effect is going to be from this tsunami warning after in. I'm told the latest update from the National Weather Service is that it was an 8.0 quake, upgraded to an 8.7 about 20 minutes later.
Yeah,
about
USGS now has it at an 8.8. Marginal, but still, you know, a pretty good increase. And again, it gets it closer to the 9.1 that the Japan earthquake was. Very briefly about Japan and the live pictures that we saw in Hokkaido Prefecture, and that is that Japan has a very robust tsunami warning system. They've got sirens, they've got announcements, and people there know what to do, but especially after 2011. It's 14 years, yes, but I'm sure it's seared into the memory of a lot of people seeing.
I want to show you guys something. This is when the waves first started hitting Russia about an hour ago. We're going to zoom in here a little bit. When the waves first started coming in. And you guys know when a tsunami really, and there's, you can see water going through the town there, the, you know, industrial area. I mean, yeah, the entire industrial area here is just flooded out. Look at that. It's taken over. You guys know when a tsunami really, when you first notice it, all the water actually recedes. The water goes back into the ocean and then it comes back in, right?
For this week, and you could actually see watch versus advisory
Raya,
versus
hey,
warning.
thank
Let's
you.
break it down
Thank
for
you. I appreciate that.
This was issued
This
as
is
a watch
scary.
initially when the actual magnitude
Prayers for everybody out here.
8.7 earthquake happened. You
Thank
see
you very
issued
much.
first when the earthquake occurred to generate a potential tsunami. It gives you fair warning that it could be upgraded to a tsunami advisory or a tsunami warning or be canceled. And it was canceled last week, as you remember. As far as tsunami advisory, upgraded from a watch if potential tsunami could cause strong currents or dangerous waves. Widespread inundation is not expected. But then on the other hand, this is where we are right now, a tsunami warning. Significant widespread inundation is imminent or expected. Dangerous coastal flooding and currents expected.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have some very urgent breaking news. I'm not kidding. This is a real tweet. The official government page of Grand Forks, North Dakota has posted a big news update here. There is no threat for tsunami impacts in North Dakota. If you are in a coastal area under threat, check tsunami.gov. But if you are in North Dakota, you are not at risk of being hit by this tsunami. I'm not kidding. This is a real tweet. Okay.
9 to 13 feet, and that's exactly what they saw within the last couple of hours. A lot of action there on top of the already earthquake that they face. And then NHK is reporting the first tsunami wave, pretty small in Japan at 30 centimeters. That's just over a foot, but that could easily grow as more energy pushes their way. So something we're watching very carefully in hours ahead. Like we were talking about in deep oceans, you can see how far the epicenter is from Hawaii itself. It travels pretty quickly because of the speed that it's going over open waters. In deep ocean, speeds can reach up to 500 miles per hour. That's comparable to a jet plane. So if you went recently flying to the mainland and you calculate how fast it gets from point A to point B, that's kind of the same idea behind these tsunami wave arrivals. So arrival times early evening for Alaska, anywhere from 4:46 to 5:46 p.m. Alaska time. As far as along the west coast, early to late evening from 11:35 to midnight Pacific time. We're expecting that. Here at home, like we've been talking about, arriving just after 7 o'clock, with Honolulu seeing the first of the impacts. So we're expecting all of that energy to push our way. Once it reaches shallow waters, it slows down. There's a lot of friction there. We have, of course, the outer reefs that has to face, and that slows down to 30 miles per hour. And then it's very unpredictable what kind of energy we'll get when it comes to the strong currents. We'll have very strong rip currents, and that's why it's important not to be in the waters, even if it's not expected to be big waves. But initial heights may be falling between 0.1 to 0.3. This is all initial and preliminary, and then potentially they're saying now up to 1 to 2 meters coming our way, and that will be arriving probably after 8 o'clock. So a lot of elements, a lot of moving parts, and it's a very dynamic situation. Back to you guys at the desk.
2 meters.
Thank you very much, Jen. Yes, very dynamic indeed, but not a time to panic. There is lead time with an event like this.
Hey, Anthony Iannone. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Guys, if you are tuning in right now, there was an 8.8 tsunami about 90 minutes or 2 hours ago. Earthquake. And now there is a tsunami traveling across the Pacific on its way to Hawaii. It's going to hit Hawaii in just under 3 hours. And oh yeah, I'm being stupid. Sorry about that. Anyway, and Japan is just about to get hit like any second now.
At the Frank Fossey building.
Japan is very well prepared, though.
And state workers were all released about 3 o'clock today. That's so that they can go home, get their families prepared, get themselves prepared, and stay safe. But as a result, we saw hundreds of people leaving at one time. And of course, we now have traffic jams because of that. Always at about 4:15, we're going to have traffic jams. But when you have something like this, people trying to get out a little bit earlier, it's going to be even worse. Not a whole lot worse than what we normally see at about 4:15, but we do know that a lot of people took that time and left about 3 o'clock. The sirens just went off at 4:10 on time here in downtown. We anticipated 4:10. We were told 5:10 and 6:10 as well, but we did get a surprise siren about 3:24 today as well. That is just to alert people. While no one is panicking here in downtown,
Tracy,
we are seeing people
in North
in a hurry
Dakota.
trying
Watch
to get
out.
home, trying to pick up their kids,
You never
trying
know.
to pick up their families as well.
Thank you for that.
As we saw people coming in, we stopped the mayor and talked to him. He said they were just getting activated, meaning they were just getting all the first responders here at the EOC downstairs. We did also get a chance to talk to Dr. Jim Ireland of the emergency.
I want to go ahead and play this for you guys. This is probably a good little recap report of what exactly is going on right now.
All right, this is a Fox News alert. A massive 8.7 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Russia has now issued tsunami advisories and watches, including Japan, Hawaii, the entire west coast of the U.S. This could be one of the top 10 earthquakes ever recorded. Joining us now from Fox Weather is Steve Bender is with us.
That is
Steve,
scary.
8.7. That puts it in the top 10. That means these tsunami warnings and advisories are very real.
Sean, this is massive. And you had just mentioned Japan's impacted by this. The U.S. Embassy in Tokyo has already been told evacuate and get to higher ground. And this was just off the coast of Russia, as you had mentioned, only 8 miles from the coast of Kamchatka, Russia. And so we've already seen on social media the waves that are pushing in towards Russia. For Japan, they're expecting 9-foot waves to impact the islands. As we look at the Aleutian Islands there, south of Alaska and the peninsula, tsunami warnings for the western edge of that because of the proximity to the earthquake. And so we get down into Hawaii, they are also in a tsunami warning. This has been a confirmed.
You can see in Japan, guys, things are picking up here in Japan.
Wave that is moving in, likely to make impact just after 7:15 local time. The Oahu Emergency Management said this is what you got to do. You got to get to at least a 10-story building and get to 4 floors or above that. So people are seeking higher ground right now. You look at the west coast of the lower 48. Everyone is under a tsunami watch right now. For the Pacific Northwest, Washington and Oregon, arrival time 11:40 p.m. local time for that initial wave. Down towards Northern California, San Francisco, and those areas around the Bay, about 12:30, midnight. That's when you're looking at that potential wave. And then Southern California right after 1 a.m. So when we're looking at this, it is expecting flooding along those coastal areas. You got.
Keith says, am I okay in Denver? Listen, dude, have you heard about this rumor about these weird satanic tunnels underneath the Denver airport? And there's the statue of the Horus, and the Horus is like some evil satanic statue. Have you seen that? I don't know if that's true. I've never been to the Denver airport, but you got to be careful about that airport, okay? Seriously.
Got to gain elevation for spots like California.
I don't know.
It is a steep slope, but other areas are vulnerable. Also, I do want to mention, Sean, we have Guam, of course, a massive military base. They are also in this as well with a warning. So major concern, aftershocks just coming in at 6.8 and 6.3. So the magnitudes, even on the aftershocks, are massive. As you had said right off the top, this could be a top 10 strength ever. This is preliminary right now at 8.7. But either way, if you're under an advisory, a watch, or a warning, it is important that you are getting to higher ground because you're not going to see it. This is coming in overnight, and that wave energy is going to slam the coast. So right now, Sean, we're efforting to get some guests. I talked with the state seismologist out of
Just crazy, terrible. By the way, we have a breaking news post from the man himself, Donald Trump. He says, due to a massive earthquake that occurred in the Pacific Ocean, a tsunami warning is in effect for those living in Hawaii. A tsunami watch is in effect for Alaska and the Pacific coast on the United States. Japan is also in the way. Japan is in the way of this tsunami. We need to move Japan. Big time problem.
Alaska, just earlier this month when they had large earthquakes, he said this is the most active region in the entire world. And now we're seeing this major earthquake unfold. 2 a.m. local time off the coast of Russia, and the ripple effects continue on in the hours ahead.
All right, Steve, let me be very clear. If you're watching the show tonight and you're in Alaska, if you're in California, if you're in Guam, maybe you're watching from Japan, I would tell everybody they better be listening and they better be paying attention. You have mere hours to get to significantly higher ground. Fair statement?
Fair statement, especially when you're mentioning Japan. I mean,
it seems like duh, Hannity, duh, get out of the way. But every single time one of these big massive earthquakes happen and then you have a tsunami following in the aftermath, you have people that think it's a smart idea to go build sand castles on the beach. Oh, wow, there's a tsunami coming. I'm going to get my surfboard. I'm going to go build sand castles. I'm going to go boogie boarding. Dude, get out of the way. Do not be an idiot. This is not a joke. It's not silly. Go home. Get out of the way. Climb up the nearest mountain. It's time to leave.
And when we talk about the strength of this one, the last time we had seen anything at an 8.7 or greater was back in Japan in 2011. So we haven't seen anything like this in over a decade. And as you had mentioned, this is coming in overnight. You're not going to see that wave energy, that water coming in, get to higher ground and lead to the warnings. Listen to them and start moving now.
And there you go. Nope.
And that's our messaging going out.
Mayor, what about your grocery stores, KTA and other large grocery stores? Are people going there right now to get supplies? What's the outlook there?
Yeah, I haven't got information on that, but I suspect they are going out. We want to remind our residents to, don't panic. We will be okay, but we'll get through this. This is a warning. It could be, definitely could be a tsunami, and so that's why we have to really be ready for it. But we don't want people, jamming our supermarkets and such. It could cause, especially if those supermarkets are in the danger zone.
Mayor, what about for people specifically in Hilo, those long-timers who may recall the last tsunami? What are they saying today?
Well, a lot of them still have trauma. Hilo's a place where we've had many, very strong.
Yeah, I want to show you guys a couple videos here. So this is allegedly what is going on in Hawaii right now. You've got these Hawaiian tsunami sirens going off, and you can hear them just ringing out across the countryside here. It almost is reminiscent of about a month and a half ago when we were watching these Israeli live feeds when the ballistic missiles were coming in. Thank God that's not the case here. Clear out. Get out of the way. Okay, folks, I was also able to find some footage of people living in Russia right where the earthquake happened. 8.7. So we're going to play a couple of these videos. Take a look at this. We've got 4 of these. This is just 2 hours ago. Wow.
Господи, боже мой, когда успокоится все, Господи. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Васечка мой маленький, Васечка. Сейчас пойдем. Сейчас пойдем, подожди.
Very scary. Okay, that's one of them. We have a couple more here.
А у нас землетрясение. А у нас землетрясение.
This is really very scary, man. Darn. Yeah. All the cups and bowls are breaking. Another one here. Oh. That one's down there. This is so scary, man. Very scary. You guys, I totally forgot that this was a thing, but this must have been 7 years ago. I was doing a live stream, walking around in downtown Taipei in Taiwan with a camera on my shoulder. And as I was actually in the top of this skyscraper, I was traveling with another streamer, a friend of mine. And as I was on live stream, it was a live broadcast, I got caught in an earthquake at the top of a skyscraper. And they actually ended up writing news articles about this. This is a picture of me. Look, Twitch streamer Stay Safe TV captured magnitude 6.1 earthquake during IRL stream at a shopping center. And I totally forgot that this happened to me. But that's me like 7 years ago or 6 years ago. The streamer was right in the middle of an earthquake. And I'll tell you what, it was scary. It was a 6.1. But I was at the top of this really tall skyscraper. And the entire building was shaking back and forth. It was crazy. It was very scary.
Areas of Japan
Long
and
time
also
ago.
parts of Russia. The first effects following this 8.7 magnitude quake.
Real quick, Greg. Howdy, Matt. Maybe this tsunami will run out of energy before it hits more population centers. We can only hope. We can only hope. By the way, and thank you. Back at you says, I hope everything is good with your family. Back at you. Thank you very much, Greg. I appreciate that. Hopefully, somehow this thing kind of diffuses. I don't know. And then we just have a little bit of a splash or a ripple in the ocean as opposed to a big old tsunami. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. We have another super chat here. This is from Steve